Hockey might be the only sport where someone can knock your teeth out, skate past you smiling, and somehow become your favorite player. Fans love toughness, they love personality, they love highlight reels, but most of all, they love the guys who make the game feel bigger than the scoreboard. They love the players who blur the line between star athlete and mythological creature. The ones who can break your heart one shift and heal it the next. The ones who make the rink feel like a movie set every time they touch the puck. Some NHL players don't just earn respect, they collect it like souvenirs. Every arena, every fan base, every handshake line, everyone agrees, yeah, that guy. That dude is impossible to hate. Even the angriest rivals will whisper it eventually. Their jerseys show up in away crowds. Kids imitate their celebrations on outdoor rinks. Veteran players talk about them like proud mentors. Today, we're breaking down the 5 players the entire hockey world loves. The players who turn opponents into admirers and fan bases into emotional support groups. The players who could steal your lunch and you'd thank them for the experience. Because some guys don't just play hockey, they elevate it. Let's start with the obvious king of, how is this guy real? The one player who makes even haters pause and admire greatness. The definition of, if he's playing, I'm watching. Connor McDavid, the human cheat code people still cheer for. There are stars, there are superstars, and then there's Connor McDavid, who looks like he was dropped into the NHL by a bored video game developer. He skates like physics don't apply to him. He accelerates like someone hit a turbo button. He makes NHL defenders look like they're skating in molasses. The wild part? Everyone loves him for it. They want to witness the carnage. They want to be in the building for one of his insane highlights. They want to tell their grandkids, yeah, I saw McDavid live. McDavid isn't just the best player of his generation. He's the guy opposing fans pay tickets for just to watch cook their team. And nobody feels insulted about it. It's like watching fine art, even when he's painting with your goalie's tears. There's no bitterness, no jealousy, just awe. This is a guy who stacks 100-point seasons like they're grocery receipts, makes defensemen look like they're buffering, performs nightly miracles that should require a permit, and still stays humble enough to apologize after embarrassing people on national TV. He'll dangle 3 guys, score a ridiculous goal, and then say something like, yeah, I got lucky there. Lucky? Connor, please. You're the cheat code we all pretend doesn't break the game. Teammates adore him, opponents admire him, kids idolize him. Even legends gush about him like proud grandparents. Guys who retired before he was born are saying, I wish I could have played with him. That's generational respect. And when he gave the emotional tribute to the Humboldt Broncos, that moment alone cemented him as more than a superstar. He became the heart of hockey. You could feel the entire hockey world exhale together. He spoke with grace, compassion, and leadership. That's when everyone understood he isn't just talented, he's special. McDavid could score 5 goals in your barn and fans would walk out saying, yeah, I hate losing, but that was worth it. People literally stay after games hoping he'll do one last lap. He's the only opposing player who gets ovations for warm-ups. That's not talent, that's universal love. And universal love in hockey? That's rare. Sidney Crosby, the hockey gentleman who never needed a gimmick. If hockey had a Most Respected Human Being award, Sidney Crosby would win it until he retires, and then they'd retire the award too. He's the NHL's version of, you can't dislike him, it's physically impossible. Sidney doesn't even have haters. He has lifelong admirers pretending to be haters. Crosby is the blueprint, the standard, the guy every coach points to when they say, do everything exactly like that. He's the reason youth hockey coaches have nightmares about kids trying Michigan moves instead of learning face-offs. He wins everything, cups, gold medals, MVPs, and somehow still acts like he snuck into the league on a day pass. He talks like a guy who isn't sure how he keeps making the team. It's adorable, honestly. Players voted him the league's most complete player 6 straight years. That's ridiculous. That's, we literally give up he's perfect energy. At that point, it's not a poll, it's a ritual. Fans love him because he never trash talks, he never acts bigger than the game, he signs every kid's jersey, he leads without yelling, and even at 38, he still plays like he's trying to impress his parents in the crowd. He's the definition of professional, the ideal teammate, the kind of guy who apologizes for penalties he didn't commit. Crosby might be the only player in NHL history who could body check someone into the 13th row and still get applauded for good sportsmanship. He'd help them up, ask if they're okay, and someone would nominate him for the Lady Byng. He is hockey's version of everyone's favorite uncle, quiet, caring, hilariously competitive, and absolutely incapable of being hated. Even his rivals respect him too much to boo him properly. Nathan MacKinnon, the intense maniac everyone respects anyway. Nathan MacKinnon is loved for the exact reason that should make him terrifying. He is obsessed with getting better, uncomfortably obsessed. The kind of obsessed where teammates hide snacks because he'll shame them into eating salads. Not normal obsessed, not first one in, last one out obsessed. We're talking shows up 30 minutes early to skate alone and scares rookies into working harder obsessed. He plays like he's powered by jet fuel and emotional vengeance. Every rush looks like he's trying to fix the mistakes of his past life. But fans love him because he's brutally honest, he pushes teammates to greatness, he's loyal, he's hilarious without trying, and he combines superstar skill with a blue-collar mindset. He's a superstar who acts like he's still fighting for a roster spot. That's catnip for hockey fans. MacKinnon never sugarcoats, never fakes, never phones it in. He won't lie just to sound nice. He'll tell the truth and then go rip a slap shot through a wall. Young players worship him because they watch the league's most explosive player grind like a rookie trying to make camp. They watch him and think, if that guy still grinds, I have no excuse. Opponents respect him because his intensity isn't ego, it's pure competition. He doesn't want to embarrass you, unless it helps his team win. Then he absolutely wants to embarrass you. And fans? They love that he's the rare superstar who acts like he still needs to earn everything. That's blue-collar energy wrapped in elite skill. MacKinnon is hockey's ultimate try-hard, but in the best possible way. He tries so hard that fans feel guilty eating nachos while watching him play. Alexander Ovechkin, the goal-scoring superhero who laughs like a cartoon. Most goal scorers make you mad. They celebrate too big, talk too much, or rub it in. Ovechkin? He scores and the whole arena, including enemy fans, smiles. He's the rare superstar who can make your team lose and still send you home in a good mood. He's a force of nature with a personality that fills an entire building. He dances, he laughs, he hugs everyone within 3 feet. He makes hockey feel fun in a way nobody else can. And when he broke Gretzky's record, the entire hockey world celebrated like it was a global holiday. Fans cried, players cried, broadcasters cried. Even goalies smiled. Probably through pain, but still. Ovi isn't just beloved, he's adored. He's the NHL's teddy bear with a bazooka for a slap shot. Why? Because he plays like a kid who somehow got trapped in a man's body and decided to never grow up. He hits like a tank, scores like a video game glitch, celebrates like he just won the lottery, and treats every teammate milestone like a family reunion. He's the only player who makes the bench erupt every time he scores, not because they're surprised, but because they know how happy he is. Opponents love him, fans love him. The guy could miss an empty net, fall over, laugh about it, and instantly become more relatable than half the league. Ovechkin isn't simply a star, he's the people's champion. He's the personality the NHL wishes it could clone. Marc-André Fleury, the goalie everyone wanted to adopt. There are likable players, then there's Marc-André Fleury, who might be the most beloved goalie in NHL history. He's the only goalie who could lose 8-1 and still get cheered off the ice. This man could allow 6 goals and still get a standing ovation because fans refuse to believe he did anything wrong. They'll blame the defense, the refs, the weather, never Fleury. Fleury is charm in goalie pads. He jokes with opponents, he pranks teammates, he smiles after getting scored on. He apologizes to shooters while saving their shots. He's a golden retriever with reflexes. His retirement tour in 2025 was basically a traveling festival of tears. Fans brought signs, players lined up for photos, entire arenas chanted his name, rivals hugged him at center ice, and Team Canada welcomed him like royalty. Kids cried, Adults cried, opponents cried, even Fleury cried, multiple times, and nobody judged him because he earned every tear. The man radiates warmth. He made hockey softer, kinder, funnier, without ever losing his competitive edge. He brought humanity to the crease. He didn't just earn respect, he earned love, and love lasts longer than any save percentage. Being loved is not an accident, it's a superpower. Here's where everything flips. You think these players are loved because they're good. Wrong. They're loved because they understand something most pros never figure out. Hockey is entertainment and emotion. The great ones win your heart, not just the game. Look at the pattern. McDavid, awe. Crosby, respect. MacKinnon, intensity. Ovechkin, joy. Fleury, warmth. These players aren't fan favorites by coincidence. They cultivate it, they project it, they live it. Everything they do on and off the ice adds to their legend. They make fans feel something. And in a sport that breaks bones, shatters dreams, and thrives on violence, the players we cherish most aren't the toughest or even the flashiest. They're the ones who remind us why we fell in love with hockey in the first place. Emotion, humanity, personality, and magic. They make the game feel personal. They turn highlights into memories. They turn seasons into stories we never forget. That's the difference between being respected and being loved. So yeah, these 5 aren't just popular, they're the blueprint, the standard, the players who make the NHL feel alive.